100,000 children. Every single day. That's how many kids Meta's own internal documents show face sexual harassment on Instagram and Facebook. Yesterday, a Santa Fe jury slammed Meta with a $375 million verdict, the maximum penalty under New Mexico law. This is the first time in history a jury has held a social media giant financially liable at this scale for failing to protect children. And the evidence that got them here will make your stomach turn. Here's what actually happened. In December 2023, New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres launched something called Operation Metafile. His team created undercover decoy accounts, profiles designed to look like children under 14. What they found was devastating. Within hours, these fake children's accounts were flooded with sexually explicit messages from adult strangers. Predators didn't have to search hard. Meta's own algorithm was doing the work for them, actively recommending children's profiles to known predatory accounts. The platform wasn't just failing to stop exploitation. It was accelerating it. But here's the detail that changes everything. Meta's systems didn't just connect predators to children. The algorithm actually suggested unmoderated groups where child sexual abuse material was being shared. It recommended content that facilitated commercial sex involving minors. And in one of the most disturbing findings, Meta's platform even offered monetization tips to the decoy accounts posing as children. The system was treating child exploitation like engagement. Like content to be optimized. Because to Meta's algorithm, that's exactly what it was. The trial lasted 7 weeks. It started in early February 2026 with jury selection and opening statements. Prosecutors played video depositions from the top, Mark Zuckerberg himself, and Instagram head Adam Mosseri, both testifying under oath. The evidence showed these executives knew about the dangers. Internal documents revealed Meta had estimated that 100,000 children per day were experiencing sexual harassment on their platforms. They had the data. They had the numbers. They chose growth over safety anyway. The jury didn't need long to decide. After 7 weeks of testimony, they deliberated for less than a single day. The verdict, $375 million. That's $5,000 per violation, the maximum allowed under New Mexico's Unfair Practices Act. They found Meta guilty of misleading users about how safe its platforms were, while knowingly enabling child sexual exploitation through its design choices and algorithmic recommendations. Every single juror agreed. Not one dissent. Now let's put that number in perspective. $375 million sounds massive. But the state of New Mexico originally estimated damages of over $2 billion for more than 207,000 monthly minor users on Meta's platforms. So the actual verdict is a fraction of what prosecutors believed was justified. And for Meta, a company worth over $1 trillion, this is less than a rounding error on a quarterly earnings report. Meta has already announced it plans to appeal, claiming it works to keep people safe and that some harmful content inevitably slips through. But this verdict isn't really about the money. It's about what comes next. This is the first state-led trial to hold a social media company financially accountable for platform design choices that harm children. Not for what users posted, for how Meta built the system. That distinction matters enormously, because it sidesteps Section 230, the federal law that has shielded tech companies from liability for user content for decades. Other states are watching closely. Similar lawsuits are already pending. If this legal theory holds up on appeal, every social media company in America is exposed. Attorney General Torres called this a historic victory for every child and family harmed by Meta's decision to prioritize profits over safety. Child safety advocates are calling it a turning point. Parents across the country are sharing the verdict, demanding to know what their own children have been exposed to. And lawmakers are already using this case to push for stricter federal regulation of algorithmic accountability and platform design. The era of tech companies hiding behind terms of service while their algorithms feed children to predators, that era may finally be ending. But here's the question no one is answering. Meta estimated 100,000 children face sexual harassment on its platforms every single day. The trial covered violations in one state. New Mexico has 2 million people. Meta has 3 billion users worldwide. If 100,000 children are harassed daily, and this verdict only accounts for one small state's share, how many millions of children has the algorithm already delivered to predators in the years since Meta first knew? And who exactly is keeping count? Follow now, because this story is far from over, and we'll have every update before anyone else.